the 5,000 pickets with thousands of their own forces.
Mounted, will you withdraw, please?
At first, police horses tried to shepherd the miners out of the convoy road. The violence reached a new peak as miners surged forward against the riot shields. Policemen fought with truncheons under a barrage of stones and missiles. By mid-morning, the picketing had turned to rioting. The police hadn't lost ground, but more riot squads were needed as reinforcements in the front line as the pressure increased. Eventually, senior officers ordered in the mounted police to disperse the miners. A gap opened and the horses galloped in. Police horses are the most feared weapon in the present armoury. But it's the riot squads that follow up to make the arrests, and today, on the fields around Orgreave, the police became involved in some of the most vicious hand-to-hand fighting of the entire miners' dispute. The attacks on individual policemen were horrific. The police commanders said it was a marvel that no one was killed. The battle lasted throughout the morning, and in all, police made over 100 arrests as the scuffles ebbed and flowed. At all times, the police were in control, but under tremendous pressure. There was never anything peaceful about the frontline confrontation. It appeared to be a conscious decision to use any method to stop the coke lorries. By late afternoon, Rotherham Hospital had handled 63 patients, pickets and policemen, but only 4 had been detained, one of them Arthur Scargill, the miners' president. He'd been using a two-way radio to keep in touch with the pickets. Mr. Scargill claimed he'd been knocked down by a police riot shield.
He fell from that bank, slipped more than fell, and his back sort of hit the ground, and the back of his head hit what I think is an old railway sleeper.
Mr. Scargill says that he was hit by a riot shield from behind.
He wasn't near a riot shield. The riot shields were on the road, and Arthur Scargill, together with 2 other men, who I can identify, were on the bank to the left of that road. They were 5 or 6 feet above the road.
But the rioting continued despite the injuries and arrests. Whole roadways were strewn with the debris of demolished stone walls. A burning barricade had been built against the police horses. But the 2 convoys still got away unmolested behind the vigilant guard of a huge body of weary policemen.
With the miners' strike now 100 days old, one financial analysis suggests that it's costing more than double the government's unofficial estimate